Well, the Cal Spring Game is this Saturday. You can catch it live 11 a.m. right here on the Pac-12 networks.
And if you're around Berkeley these days, you may have seen our next guest, Justin Forsett, former Cal running back, coming off a Pro Bowl season, and this is still your off-season training ground.
Yes, love coming back to the Bay, working out, great weather, great people, so gotta come back.
A little bit different here than in Baltimore?
Yes, a lot different. I think it's like 59 degrees back in Baltimore right now, so I can get used to this.
You're coming obviously off your phenomenal year. Your 6th year in the league was your best. 1,200 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns, your first Pro Bowl appearance. When you look back, what was the difference this year? Or was it just a matter of the right opportunity?
It was the right opportunity for me. I mean, I battled through a lot of things throughout my career. Been competing against a lot of great players. Seattle, you know, backing up Marshawn Lynch, Houston, Arian Foster, Maurice Jones-Drew down in Jacksonville. So I had a lot of great players that were ahead of me, but, you know, I was making sure during that time I was honing my skills and make sure I was ready for my opportunity.
They rewarded your performance with a 3-year contract. You were quoted as saying that they put a ring on it.
Yeah.
Had to feel good. What does that kind of job security mean for you and your family?
That's great, man. Just, you know, last couple of years bouncing around, picking up and moving my family from city to city can be hard, but just knowing that, you know, a team finally took me out of the friend zone and, you know, made a commitment, and I'm glad I could be in Baltimore, don't have to move anywhere, and family feels a little stable now.
Well, congratulations on that. You mentioned Marshawn Lynch. You played behind him in college as well, for 3 years at least. What did you learn from him, and what was that like? Oh
man, he's a great friend of mine, like a brother to me. He was a groomsman in my wedding. Just a special guy. You know, being around him, you learn how to not take things for granted. You know, he's one of those guys that's always laughing, having a great time, even before the game. You know, no matter how big the game is, like, kind of takes you back to when you were little. You know, you just wasn't worried about anything, just going out and playing football and enjoying yourself. And that's the kind of guy he is, and it's kind of contagious. So I kind of take that with me everywhere I go.
Knowing him and playing that same position at the NFL level, you're watching the Super Bowl and they do not give it to him on the goal line. They throw a pick instead, and you say what?
Oh, man. I don't know what to say. I just think that you got Marshawn Lynch back there. You got to hand him the ball. It's an unfortunate situation, especially if the balls are deflated. You got to hand the ball.
Well played.
Well, let's talk about your former team. Obviously, you're back in Berkeley and you're training there. Your thoughts on what Sonny Dykes has been able to do now that he's coming into year 3?
I've been seeing improvement. I love what I'm seeing on offense. You know, I definitely pay attention to that. You know, Daniel Lasco, I love what he did last year. You know, we take pride in having, you know, great running backs coming through Cal, and, you know, seeing him do well and, you know, extending the tradition. It's been great.
You were 3-1 against Stanford in the big game in your career. What would you say to the current Golden Bears who have yet to beat the Cardinal, and what it might mean to do it in 2015?
Got to get the axe back. Got to bring it back to Berkeley. It's a big game. I take pride in it. You know, anytime I can text, you know, Richard Sherman or Doug Baldwin and give them a little noise, you know, I love to do it. So please bring the axe back.
I would love to see some of those text exchanges with those guys.
It's pretty funny.
Let's talk about, go back to, I guess, 6, 7, 8 years ago when you were starting to get ready to go through that pre-draft process. A lot of Pac-12 guys going through that now as we get set for the draft coming up in Chicago on April 30th. What do you remember about that time, and was it stressful?
It's just a lot of work. I mean, you think about as soon as that season's over, you're going to train wherever you're going to train, getting ready for the combine, getting ready for pro day. Then you got coaches coming in, meeting with you, you flying out. So it can be definitely stressful on the body, but you know, it's a great time. You got to embrace it. You know, this happens once, you know, in your life. You try to enjoy it. Don't take it for granted, and, you know, just run with the punches. Yeah.
You are one of the great examples that it doesn't have to be a first or a second round pick to have a Pro Bowl season. Do you feel like you're a testament to that, and would you encourage guys who maybe go late or undrafted that there is still a bright professional future ahead of them?
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you get drafted. It matters what you do when you get there. You know, I think there have been a lot of great players coming out of the late rounds or undrafted free agents have made their mark in this league, and, you know, I think that once you get there, you just got to make sure that you stand out, make an impact, and it doesn't matter where you drafted at.
You said you're 29, but your legs feel like they're 26, 25?
Yes. I'm feeling good. The legs are feeling good. You know, I'm getting up there in age, but, you know, I don't have that much wear and tear as a guy would have, you know, if they've been a starter and running back for, you know, the 7 or 8 years I've been in the league. So I'm feeling good.
Good. Well, congrats on the new contract, and best of luck this season. We'll be watching.
Thank you. I appreciate it.